So, here we are for round number 8 of the championship. We are here for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, a track where I am very strong at. I have good success around Imola over the past couple of years on the F1 games, so hopefully we keep a good momentum stride going for this race. Possibly the final time we could possibly see a league race around Imola. Obviously, if you have been under a rock, it's obviously not coming back to the calendar next year. So this is probably the last dance that we have at a track where I truly enjoy driving. So it should be pretty fun. But yeah, 2 more races left to go. The championship is still alive today. We can keep it alive today, but I think we do need to try to get P1. So if that is the goal, we will try to do that. But anyways, let's dive right onto the video. I don't want to waste any more of you guys' time, and enjoy it. So as we head into Imola, we slot in P4. We can keep the championship alive today, but we do need to secure a P1 on track. But yeah, it definitely is wide open, but we will see what happens. We're sitting P4 as of right now, and so far in the constructors, we still slot into P3. It is a very close fight between us and Aston Martin, so it should get pretty tight here for the last couple of races. But as we get ready for the sprint race, this will be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm gonna go out there and just do regular laps because I got a quality event, but I literally had no practice. Yeah, this lap's gonna have to be a glory lap. I'm only gonna have one run. It will have to be one lap to try to see where we can qualify for the sprint race. I obviously didn't do that many laps in practice, so I'm kind of using this little bit of sprint quality for practice. Obviously, we do have a engine penalty we are taking today, so we're gonna be a little bit on the back foot. But here we go for our final run in our only qualifying lap for this weekend at a track where I am pretty strong at, so hoping for a good result, but the overtaking opportunities here are going to be pretty tough. But so far through the first couple of corners, I actually felt really good rotated between a couple of the other corners. Now we're already up by 7/10. Obviously we were kind of lifting a little bit there as we make a slight mistake going off track just a little bit there. Kind of had to back off there just a little bit. But we still keep going, no invalidation. We are getting a little bit of the dirty air from the car in front. I believe that is, I'm not sure who that is in front. That might be one of the Alpines, or it is a Williams. I'm not 100% sure who that is. But so far, 1.2 seconds up. It's not that great of a lap. It's a purple sector 2, though, which is quite surprising. I mean, this lap doesn't even really feel that great, to be honest with you. But it's a personal best. And so far now we're coming into the last couple of corners here through the last 2, and obviously get a slight understeer through there. Not really too ideal. Car still understeers again. We understeer more, and that's an invalidation. God damn it. Invalidated last corner. I probably would have just been somewhere in the... I probably would have been somewhere in mid-pack, probably like 12th. That lap was not very good. Yeah, well, I was using my laps for practice because I didn't have a setup, so this was like, I just made this setup, did 1 lap, and then I was like, I'll send it, and then I just invalidated last corner. The lap was already scruffy anyways. Went off track a couple times, so yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm already this track is not very friendly, so alright, well, probably shouldn't have used those mediums, and I don't have a medium for the race. Oh well. No, actually no, I'll have my fresh set's not going to be that worn, so I'll be alright. Well, start from the back for both the races is not going to be ideal, but we start basically dead last, so this is going to be pretty tough, but 11 laps for the sprint, the final race here in Imola, and we are underway for the sprint race. Actually get a really decent start, jump ahead of the Haas, and already jumped ahead of the Kick Sauber there as well. So far, now the run down on turn number 1. Very tricky turn 1 here a little bit, so hopefully everybody keeps it clean so far. Back down the inside, I got a couple people. That's actually one of the Astons that's gone around. That is Bard that has made a mistake there. I'm not 100% sure what happened to him as our teammate actually takes out the Red Bull. So 2 Red Bulls coming together. Ben took out Ranger there, not ideal. so far for the opening, but so far already up to P10. So good start. Ultimately, so far, obviously, kind of got lucky with some incidents, but are only 2 points away from the points position. So it is definitely possible to get a point here. So we'll just have to keep on continuing to go as we head down. Funny wave band, and that is Mac and Cheese. Both the Ferraris going at it, and we go down the inside on the other Ferrari of Guil, and that is another move up into P9 now. Mac is next, and Funny Wave Band are next as well. We have a yellow flag back there. I think one of the kicks is spun around. That is actually Squirrel there, as Joseph is leading the race so far. I believe that is one of the other Alpines of Docta, putting him under pressure. But so far, lap 2 underway. Yeah, pretty good start. Now we're just kind of getting into the rhythm of things. Obviously, like I said, didn't do much practice, so I'm using the sprint race as much as practice as I can. But this car setup does feel really, really, really good, so that makes me pretty happy. Mac is kind of all over the place. He's not really keeping his car on track, and you can just see the back end just keeps on coming out for that Ferrari. So definitely going to have to make a move here on Mac for the position. Mac has a massive moment coming out of the last corner. We're going to jump ahead of Mac, and we're going to move up into P8. So we're finally in the points position. Good points that we kind of are going to need this weekend, and Noel is next up in the Aston Martin. Then we have End Zone, and I believe that is Ethan Turfy, or that is Funny Wave Band. I think that might be Funny Wave Band in front of him. But down the inside on Noel, pretty rare overtaking opportunity right here. Noel didn't really get the best of X's, so we're going to jump ahead. So now we'll put into P7. End Zone and Funny Wave Band are next. So many up some good moves already on lap 3. We're pushing like hell, and we're definitely making the moves that we need to keep on doing. Lap 3 now. End Zone's going to have a great opportunity here on Funny Wave Band, but we have broken a second away from VM Noel, so that is that's pretty good for so far for us, and we're kind of now going to have to try to see what happens. See if we can try to get around these two here pretty quickly. End Zone and Joshy, or Joshy is Funny Wave Band in the Discord call, but yeah, no, Joshy is next up in front. Obviously, he is going up to the D1 grid next season, so we'll be seeing Funny Wave Band a little bit more next season. But opportunity here to get around the Mercedes here, and also the Williams of End Zone here. We're going to get an opportunity here. We both are burning battery and also got DRS, but we sort of, we can't really go for it. End Zone kind of holds this line, and there was not really much room. I was kind of pinned around the outside with Joshy back down the inside, so that wasn't really ideal, but it's okay. We'll back out and we'll try again on the next lap here. But yeah, we're all over the place. It's just a little bit with the track limits, but we've so far been keeping it clean. But I felt like every lap I've gone off wide, so I'm not sure if that's just me thinking that there's track limits, or obviously Imola did receive an update, so the track's obviously a lot more realistic, so maybe you can maybe the limits is not too bad. But I don't know, maybe 24 it was for me, but I would get track limits warnings like about every lap. But opportunity here on Funny Wave Band, and we're going to get around Funny Wave Band here now up into P6. So far, I mean, this race has been going pretty well. It's lap 6 now, and we're already up to P6. So started last, basically 14th, and we're up multiple positions. So this is honestly just a great race happening for us so far. And next up, both the Williams boys of End Zone and Ethan Turfy are next in this group. We're going to get DRS here, though, and we're going to have an opportunity here on End Zone here, and we will make that pass. End Zone defends the inside line, and we're going to go around it pretty quickly. Next up, Ethan Turfy.
I'm up to P5 right now. I'm just having a drive right now, mate. Catching up to you though, bro. We can work together maybe and try to... Oh, really? Is Turfy in your DRS? Alright, I'm gonna try to see if I can get him here. I got no battery, so I'm gonna have to manage here.
If you are wondering who was in my ear, that is actually the man that is in third place, Reimer. We're in a call together discussing possibly a strat to see if we could try to catch up to the two in front of us. But yeah, if you're new to the channel, we're always in a voice call with him. But Turfy is definitely putting Reimer under threat. Reimer is not really enjoying his car right now at the moment. He said he was really struggling a lot in the sprint race. He was kind of telling me before that this track is not really his strongest, but Turfy almost lost the back end of the car so far. But we're having an opportunity here on Turfy, and we're going to have to try to take this because we have a good shot.
It's a little bit, because Ethan sits behind Reimer just for another lap. Goes wide completely. This is an opportunity for Savage around the outside. This is exactly what Doctor wants. Ethan Turfy on the and Savage gets the move done.
Well, good shot, and we got around Turfy there. So next up is actually our best friend, Reimer, is next up, and it's for the final lap. So Reimer, he's the one that's in the title fight right now with Joseph. So this is going to be possibly maybe a little bit controversial because I probably might have an opportunity here to get around Reimer here, but Reimer is going to play defensive. I don't think he's going to care too much. He's all in for the fun, and we're going to go around the outside of Reimer. Reimer defends the inside line, but he cannot hold off, and we jump ahead of Reimer. And actually, that we've gone from P14 to P3 in 11 laps. So that is very impressive so far. This has been just an amazing sprint race. I honestly am just lost for words about how that sprint race unfolded, but yeah, Reimer made a mistake and he lost out to Enzo, but that is a P3. That is a one hell of a sprint. I will take that. And obviously we need those points because that quali ban is it is coming.
Someone did. Well, that was a good race. Yeah, it was P15 and a P3 though. Yeah, that wasn't bad. I mean, car felt pretty decent. Jesus. Yeah, all good. I'm gonna do the same.
So there you have it. Yeah, P15 to P3. That was a one hell of a sprint race. Yeah, like I said, this is probably one of my best tracks. So it's obviously a good feeling for sure. But we hopefully keep this momentum going for the main race. But yeah, I mean, I was a little bit nervous coming in because this track is not very easy to overtake. You really only got one opportunity for the main straight. And one thing here, just to note for mainly the rest of this race, fortunately my mic was muted on my side, so fortunately I'm not going to be able to hear the raw reactions coming out of my voice, but it's okay, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, lining up P15 for the main. I had a squirrel as well, I had a quali ban. Ben jumps ahead of us, and we will slot in into P15. So yeah, ultimately, like I said, we keep this momentum going for the race. We have a good shot at getting a podium, or a top 5. So honestly, we're just going to try to aim for a top 5. That is really the goal. I mean, I don't want to really stay optimistic and try to go for the race win because, you know, Joseph is up there, and he is definitely going to be the hardest to beat, I think, out of anyone. So yeah, like I said, we'll just have to stay focused and just try to maximize the most that we can with what we have. So yeah, quali bans are terrible. I hate having engine pens, and I was definitely not looking forward for an engine pen, specifically here because, like I said, this track is very hard to overtake. And I know I've said this before, I know this is my best track, but this track is very punishing for your, it is a punishing track, so we have to try to keep mistake free and just try to keep this momentum going for the main race. But here we go, 32 laps here around Imola, potentially the final time for a league race here around here, so this one's going to be a little bit special here, and we are underway for the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. I actually well, we got a pretty decent start. We didn't really jump ahead of funny wave band there of Joshy. Just a little bit. We capitalized ahead of Ben. Mac as well, starting back here as well. I think he had I think he might have I don't know if he had a quali ban or he got disqualified. I'm not 100% sure what happened there. But yeah, so far everybody kind of kept it clean. No too much carnage in the back. We're already up into or kind of already up a couple positions. But Guil and Joshy are going at it for 12th and 11th so far, so those two are going at it, and I think Joshy's maybe just made a slight mistake, and actually there is one of the Ferraris. That is Guil without a front wing, so Guil definitely was not ideal for him to get wing damage there, that's for sure, but he's going to come back. Oh no, we get hit. Slight contact with Guil there. I'm not 100% sure what happened there, but it looks like he just kind of understeered. Not really his fault, just kind of a racing incident, but yeah, we get kind of a little bit caught up in the crossfire with the Ferrari, and we're going to, well, it's not ideal, and now we're kind of falling back from that main pack. So we've lost a little bit of time. Joshy as well got collected in that as well. I'm not sure what really happened to the Mercedes, but yeah, at this point, I mean, we ain't going to give up. We're going to still keep going because I definitely feel like I can maybe get back into that train. Obviously, safety car, it is very early in this race. It's only lap 3. we could still get some momentum going and try to get a good result here. But yeah, we can already see that pack. I mean, they're 2 seconds up the road. I think we could definitely catch them. But I got around our Guil. Guil did not change his front wing, that is for sure. Lap 6 now, and yeah, like I said, I mean, I was that confident. We're already kind of caught back up to the back end of this field. So there's kind of already there's like kind of like 2 packs kind of formed. You kind of have that front runner pack, and now this is kind of like the midfield. Honestly, this is just for points at this point. 2 drivers. Obviously, we're outside the points. You got to get P12 to get into the points, but I mean, at this point, this is for points. So obviously, we're in a track with a train with Squirrel, My Master, Ranger, Ben. There's a lot of people in this train as well. We're gonna get an opportunity here to pass here on Mac, and we're gonna go down the inside. Mac kind of defends the outside line there as Endzone has retired, and actually, well, got ahead of Mac, and a safety car has came out. Endzone has DNF'd. Apparently, I think he just got killed going into turn 1 from some sort of a lag issue. I'm not 100% sure really what it was, but yeah, that's obviously not great for Endzone, as I do definitely feel bad for Bro there for sure, but safety car came out. That definitely did help us a lot. We kind of really did need that safety car. So we're going to come into the pits here. We're going to have to double stack. Not ideal, but we're only going to lose out, I think, 1 position. We're going to have to try to get around Mac here. But yeah, we will jump ahead of My Master in the pits. I think also, no, there's not 2 Haas's. I think My Master might have had to pit his front wing change as well. So safety car in this lap. The race leader, Noel, the Aston Martin is leading. I believe it's an Aston 1-2 right now at the moment. And I thought we were going green this time, but actually, no, we're not. As I think everybody kind of got confused here. It's just kind of, almost collected the back of Mac. They almost had a Mugello 2020 start. Not 100% sure. And they're still stacking up there whatsoever. I'm not really sure what's going on, but all sorts of stacking up there. We're going to jump ahead of Mac here. And we got the inside to really see what we can really play with. We're going to kind of back off because I don't want to really get caught up in an instant. And there we go. We got Squirrel get hit by Mac. And I believe Ben has just hit the side of Squirrel. And Squirrel has gone for another spin. Squirrel has been getting absolutely killed this race. I definitely do feel bad for Bro. Because this poor guy does not deserve to get killed like that. So F in the chat for Squirrel. That is for sure. But Mac, with more front wing damage, yeah, this Mac has just had an absolute disaster. And actually, Reimer and Mint, they came together. So I think Reimer said that Mint just they kind of just collided on the exit. So I mean, those are 2 positions. I'm not complaining about that one. Is actually we have that's the Alpine of Docta and Null going at it. So that is we got this train here that's happening. I believe these 2 are kind of beefing on track. So This is going to be a little bit scary here to see if we get pushed off track. As there goes Noel. He's actually getting pushed off track from the Alpine of Docta, and I do expect some revenge there as actually there goes Docta. He goes off track. He kind of has to cut the chicane. Noel kind of got I think Noel kind of is losing his head here at the moment so far, and I believe he has lost his head. As actually there is an Aston has gone around, and Noel is out of this race. That is a retirement for sure coming the Aston's way. But well, we didn't lose out, thankfully, and actually good for the Alpine, because Docta, unfortunately, he really didn't get too much damage, so at least he didn't get shafted. Definitely don't want to see that, but Noel retires from the race, and safety car has been deployed again. So a second safety car has came out in the span of 2 laps. Yeah, that's pretty funny for sure. So we get another safety car. Like I said, we pitted for hards. I mean, I think we're going to stay out here because these hards can go to the end of the race. These hards can do roughly about 27 plus laps. Turfy comes in though for mediums. Ranger, he's pitted for mediums as well, so he's going to have to make another pit stop, but we're now going to slide into P5. ABJ behind us will start 6, and actually under safety car, we're actually looking down. I'm trying to put my gloves back on, but our AI has taken out Ranger. I'm not sure what happened there. I can't unpause the game because I'm still, now I can finally do it. I'm not sure what happened there, but I'm going to give the place back because I don't want to get a pen, and thankfully we do give the place back, so I want to be a fair sport. I'm not trying to get a pen. I definitely did apologize to Ranger. He definitely understood it was not my fault. I don't know what happened. My AI just decided to commit war crimes, that is for sure. But we're back underway for the race, and we are underway for the safety car restart. Lap 16 now of this race. we're in a good spot. We're in the top 5. I mean, from starting basically dead last, moving up into the top 5. This has been a really, really, really good race so far. But the 3 cars in front of us are Bard, Joseph, Docta, and Ranger. Ranger does have to make a second pit stop. That is basically confirmed. He cannot make it to the end on those medium tires. I'm not. If he does, I'll be very surprised. So we'll try to get around Ranger here pretty quickly. But yeah, this front 4 is going to be very tight. So like I said, it's going to be one massive DRS train. At this point, we're going to manage battery. We're going to try to save as much battery as we can. Like I said, if you've studied how I race, we want to manage all the battery you can. You want to use your raw pace to kind of succeed. You don't want to burn all this battery. I mean, this battery is going to be your best friend for these races. Overtaking is going to be very hard on this game, and you want the battery as much as you can because that battery is going to save you as of right here. Ranger, I think he's harvesting or he's ran out of battery. I'm not 100% sure what's really happened, but we jump ahead of the Red Bull, and now we slot into the top 4. Now next up is Bard, Docta, and Joseph. Joseph, I believe, does have front wing damage. I am not sure what happened. I believe him and Bard came together, but I'm pretty positive Joseph has front wing damage. So this is that's kind of why he's a little bit slow. But Docta was keeping up with Joseph in the sprint race. So Joseph he's quick, but he's not that quick, if you know what I mean. But Bard makes a mistake, and we capitalize ahead of Bard. So we're moving up the grid, and we're now slotting into a podium position.
We know how Savage is with his battery. I actually learned a little trick from Savage. So it's he's got quite a ways of managing this battery. So I took a little incentive from him.
Midge, if you're watching this video, I want to know the secret, bro. But anyways, back to the main. Well, back to honestly the attraction. Lap 20 now. Docta goes off track. We're going to try to go around the outside here of Docta. This is probably a bit too optimistic. We kind of just go on the grass there, make a little mistake, and Docta is going to jump ahead. And actually, that might have been pretty dumb for me because I think we've now lost out to the DRS. But Docta, I'm not sure how much he's really managed his tires, but that is our second warning of this race. I believe our first warning kind of came early on. So around 2 warnings. We cannot afford another one, but look at that. Joseph with a 3-second pen. I'm not sure where he got that from. I'm not sure if that was from cutting the track. I don't know if he's going to be able to get that removed or not, unless that just comes from straight up track limits. So obviously a bit optimistic, but good opportunity here. But Docta, you can see Docta, he's all over the place. As Docta's just so much wheel spin on that Alpine.
Down to Mint Kestrel, so he can only see one of his current drivers. And Docta's been dropped by Joseph. That initiates Savage to go and get him.
And now we chase down basically the man that has been making a charge for the title, Joseph, a one-time champ in this league, and he won his first championship last season. The man that everyone tries to beat, and we have an opportunity here to beat the McLaren. So, well, good start, but yeah, it's going to be pretty tough here, but elbows out, and we're going to try to get this McLaren here, try to get a win.
And Docta is trying.
Joseph went wide, so he might have had another warning.
Yeah, and he's struggling on battery, 3% compared to Savage's 60, to Bard's 30, down to Docta's 15, to ABJ's 45.
5 cars in the span for the race win, as ABJ as well has caught back up into this train. So Docta and Joseph have 3 seconds. Bard has no pens. ABJ does not have any pens. We don't have any pens right now, but that could change any moment. Like I said, this track, it will be brutal for your mistakes, so we cannot afford another pen. And specifically right here through the couple of sequences here, I mean, if we get 1 pen, it's going to be pretty tough. But like I said, I'm not sure how much Bard has managed his tires, so we are pretty good with tire management. I'm the guy that just likes smooth inputs. I try to save the front tires as much as I can, so we know our strengths on where we can manage the tires, and I know what I'm kind of doing, so we just keep this pressure on Joseph. But it is getting pretty tight here. It's kind of getting close to that time. Oh, that is a warning. Oh, that is not ideal. I'm starting to lose my voice here a little bit. Yeah, that was pretty bad. I kind of cut the chicane there. Slight mistake, not ideal. So now we have to. Now we're gonna have to full push at this point. So we're gonna try to get around Joseph here. But now this is a battle for the race win. But Bard is still in this range to possibly sneak a race win in here. So it is definitely possible. But yeah, now we have to. Now at this point, now we're going to have to do some management with the battery, but you can see Joseph is managing, I'm managing, I'm pretty sure Bard behind is managing as well. I think Bard is also trying to defend from Docta, but we've broken a second off Bard. Joseph, that wing damage, you can definitely see he's struggling right here, so we're going to have an opportunity here to get around Joseph, and I got much more battery in the tank, and I'm going to use this battery. We're going to take the lead here of the race. We're going to jump into Joseph. You can see that front wing damage as we do a flyby. It's on that... it's on the right side of his car, so he's definitely struggling a lot on the right-handers. But so far, lap 30, we've broken 2 seconds from Bard. So Bard, I'm not sure how his tires are doing, or him and Doctor are fighting for third and fourth. But there is some movement, and ABJ I think has maybe lost out to Reimer, or I think he's just, I'm not sure. I don't know if he made a mistake. I'm not sure what really happened to him. But lap 30 now, penultimate lap of the race. And we got so much battery in the tank, and we're using the battery to our good advantage. Joseph 7/10 back, but yeah, the DRS, I mean the slipstream rate is pretty awful in this track. DRS zone has been limited here, so it's very tough to make an opportunity here, but we make a little mistake. Shades of Mexico of 2024 with that slight mistake, and we have a McLaren up our ass. It is crunch time here by the final lap here. Joseph, he's too far back. I don't think he's got an opportunity here. I'm not sure how much battery he has, but we harvest a lot that lap, and we had all that battery in the world, and we defended with that battery, and that might have brought us to a good opportunity to snag a race win here. And this is a great opportunity. Honestly, this is kind of a shock because I didn't really expect to really secure a race win, but what a race from starting basically dead last and now going up to P1. That is a hell of a result. I will take that. We're going to win the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. That is a race in my books. That deserves a round of applause. You can see my raw reaction from the camera. And I can tell you a little bit about what I was saying, but Reimer was cheering me on, telling me that's going to help him out a lot in the championship. And it is going to help him out a lot in the championship. But he was definitely happy for me, and Reimer, you know, is the GOAT, and that is why he is the man himself. So, yeah, honestly, that's a hell of a race. I did not really expect that. If you would have told me I would have won that race with Joseph being in second, I mean, I would have probably laughed in your face and called you high, but yeah, I will take that. But yeah, no, that is a great result. And yeah, I'm speechless, honestly. But yeah, hell of a race. That's what I'm talking about, boy. Look at that. P15. P15 to first. You like that? Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. And it's a shame Joseph had the wing damage, but dude, I knew I had to go for it. I had to go for it. I had to. The drive of a lifetime in the sprint race, securing a P3 was absolutely incredible, from basically dead last on the grid, which is truly just absolutely incredible. And then to secure a main race win is also pretty cool. Obviously, Joseph, it's a shame that he broke his front wing, but a win is a win at the end of the day, and we secure a big one, a much needed one to keep the championship alive, but it is still very close. And there it is, the driver standings. Well, we jump ahead of Bard a little bit more, so we move up into P3. We are pretty far off from Joseph, so it will be pretty tight here towards the end. But as we look into the constructor standings, I think the P3 could most likely be on lockdown. We just have to see what we can in the last two races. But yeah, so far so good. This has been one hell of a ride this season, and from all the stuff that we had to face, it's pretty crazy. And that is going to do it for round 8 of Imola. We won a race. We finally won a race where I feel like it was actually somewhat clean. I know it was a little bit of luck with Joseph breaking his front wing, but we won without any sort of controversy, I feel like, so that feels pretty cool. But anyways, I'm gonna get this video edited for you guys so you guys can watch this on time. Have a good rest of your day, have a good rest of your weekend, and I will see you guys in the next video.